Are we talking too much about race or not enough? Everywhere you turn, race is part of the conversation. On social media, in politics, in schools, in entertainment. Some people say it's necessary and long overdue. Others say it's exhausting and tearing people apart. So which is it? Too much or still not enough? One side argues we are oversaturated with race discussions. They feel every issue is filtered through a racial lens. News cycles amplify conflict because conflict sells. Algorithms reward outrage over nuance. Over time, people feel fatigue instead of empathy. For them, constant focus creates hyper-awareness. Ordinary disagreements become racialized instantly. Intent is judged before context is understood. People walk on eggshells in public spaces, and that tension builds quiet resentment. They believe progress needs unity, not obsession. If race dominates every debate, trust erodes. Friendships feel politically loaded. Workplaces feel emotionally charged. Fatigue replaces openness to real dialogue. On the other side, many argue we still don't talk enough. They say discomfort does not equal overexposure. Historical inequality doesn't disappear through silence. Avoiding race can protect existing advantages, and silence can normalize injustice. For them, awareness is not obsession. It is acknowledgement of lived reality. They point to disparities in wealth and opportunity. They reference patterns in policing and education. They argue conversation is the first step to change. They also warn that fatigue often comes from privilege. If an issue doesn't affect you directly, it feels excessive. But for others, it shapes daily experiences. Ignoring it doesn't remove its impact. It just shifts the burden onto those affected. Social media intensifies both perspectives. Outrage travels faster than thoughtful analysis. Extreme voices dominate the timeline. Nuance rarely goes viral, so people feel bombarded instead of informed. There is also a generational divide. Younger audiences grew up with open identity discussions. Older generations were taught race was impolite to discuss. One group sees honesty, the other sees instability. Politicians and media institutions amplify the divide. Race can mobilize voters quickly. It can also distract from economic conversations. Emotional topics generate engagement, and engagement drives power. So the tension becomes progress versus fatigue. Is constant dialogue moving society forward, or is it deepening division unintentionally? Are we solving problems or rehearsing grievances? The answer may depend on perspective. Perhaps the real issue is not quantity, but quality. Are we debating to understand or to win? Are we listening across differences or performing outrage for our side? Tone shapes outcomes more than volume. In the end, the question remains unsettled. Too much conversation can inflame division. Too little conversation can preserve injustice. Some feel overwhelmed. Others feel unheard. So what do you think? Are we talking too much about race or not enough?